Good evening, Masa al-Khair, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished ministers, Your Excellency Dr. Tariq Shawqi, Minister of Education and Technical Education and veteran AUC faculty member, Your Excellency Dr. Rania El-Mashat, Minister of Tourism, AUC alumna and faculty member, Honorable Thomas H. Goldberger, U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires, trustees, donors, alumni, friends, and colleagues. Thanks to your sustained support, we are all here tonight to celebrate 100 years of giving and to announce the launch of AUC's $100 million Centennial campaign. Thanks to many of us here tonight, I am pleased to announce, as our chairman has already announced, and I'll re-announce it because we are very proud of it, that we have already reached 70% of that target through our first shared efforts to get going in these past few years. And now we need everyone's support to reach the $100 million goal. AUC famously measures the quality of our educational service by global standards. And just as famously, that makes an AUC education a costly proposition for any Egyptian family of modest means. The mission of this campaign, therefore, is to enable us one day to adopt yet another guiding principle of the best and the strongest of American not-for-profit universities, truly need-blind admissions. That is, we want the most ambitious, brilliant, passionate young Egyptians and those foreigners, like Julia, eager to experience Egypt through its most shining portal of learning, AUC. We want them to compete for admission, because it is competitive, but without concern for their ability to pay. And tonight, I ask all to join us in this mission. We aim to prepare just such striving students, like Naila and Omar, to bring about a new Egyptian and regional renaissance, whether from Egypt or other countries of the region that are finding their way through turmoil and crisis and reinvention. The generous support of our worldwide family of donors is indispensable, both to inspire and to realize the highest of ambitions. Transformative philanthropic gifts are the essential ingredient that fuels the great universities, the great not-for-profit universities of the United States and the world, universities like AUC. On our campus, some of our professorships, programs, buildings, and many scholarships proudly carry the names of the visionaries who made them possible. Our donors give both generously and consistently. Every contribution at every level is important. In fact, we begin with our students as freshmen to instill the value of philanthropic support and the importance of giving to others and giving back. At each commencement, we recognize those of our seniors who already have become AUC donors in what we hope will become a lifelong commitment of giving back to the institution that has equipped them for fulfilling and successful lives. And so, in addition to raising the $100 million, we aim vastly to boost the base of those who participate in giving to AUC. We want to bring that participation level to historic new levels in our new century from our alumni, from our parents and friends around the world. On our own campus each year, I host a reception to personally thank the faculty and staff members who are also donors to AUC. Inspired by them, Marie and I have established the Ricciardone Family Fund. We call it Experience Egypt, in order to support international students who wish to discover this great country and AUC. I would like to especially recognize tonight two loyal supporters from our faculty and staff who have consistently donated to AUC for more than 15 consecutive years. Mrs. Huguette Yarmour, class of 76 and 82, and Mrs. Shahira El-Sawi, class of 65 and 91. Ladies, if you're here, I cannot see you. Would I ask you to stand, please? Shahira and Huguette. I cannot even see if you're standing. There you are. Thank you very much. Our centennial year marks the renewal of our great promise and fresh energy as we enter our second century with bold anticipation of all that is yet to come. As we saw in the video, the Centennial campaign priorities are, first, the global experience. We must bring back international students and faculty to Egypt and to AUC. Our international identity is an essential part of the education that we deliver. It is what builds the versatility of our graduates to thrive in any culture or in any setting around the world. It has been in the DNA of AUC since founding President Charles Watson proclaimed AUC's role to serve as a bridge between East and West. We must continue to serve as that warmly welcoming window into Egypt and the region for Americans, and like me many decades ago, and others who seek to understand the Arab world. Secondly, Centennial scholarships. We have shifted several years ago to an entirely needs-based model for the allocation of scholarships and financial assistance to top performers. We strive hard to keep tuition down while sustaining global quality standards. To achieve our goal of truly needs-blind admissions and to maintain the diversity of students from within Egypt and from around the world, we must increase our scholarships and fellowships. Third, arts and culture. Earlier this week, we inaugurated the first phase of the Tahrir Cultural Center on our iconic palace building. The TCC will build even more synergy with our eternal host city through culture in so many different fields and disciplines, whether downtown or in New Cairo. Through building our arts programming in both campuses, we will equip the new century's leaders of what can be Egypt's new cultural renaissance. Fourth, al-Mustaqbal, the Middle East looking forward. The Middle East is undergoing profound and literally critical transformation. AUC is unique, both as an authentically indigenous and as a global institution at the same time. As such, we can provide an influential platform to conduct strategic dialogues, to develop and inspire solutions to the hardest problems of our times, and to pave the way for the region's future development. Hence, our own School of Global Affairs and Public Policy, which celebrates its 10th anniversary this year, will lead the launch of a project drawing together academic expertise and public policy at the global and regional levels. We call this very ambitious project, Al-Mustaqbal, the Middle East Looking Forward. This initiative aims to produce a seminal publication assessing the Arab world's challenges and opportunities through 2030, and to provide public policy recommendations that will inspire both governments and civil society in this region and beyond. There's a broad social and political consensus across this region and the world that excellent higher education is a fundamental necessity, not sufficient in itself, but a necessity for the future of this region. And as a standard setter for regional higher education, AUC is more than a platform for individual career development. It's certainly that too, and that's important. But we also are the vehicle by which we can help advance regional society and strengthen its resilience. We do that already by producing graduates who don't just do well, they do good. By serving as a center of intellectual enrichment and cultural enlightenment, and by bringing Egypt to the world and the world back to Egypt. At AUC, we embrace today's problems. We embrace them undaunted as challenges holding the only keys to great opportunities. We ask our students not, what do you want to be, but rather, what problems do you want to solve? Please join us in this noble mission begun 100 years ago. On your table are pledge cards where you can make your contribution today. You may also use them to let us know that you're ready to learn more about how you might contribute in special ways if you want to target your help to certain emphases that are of particular importance to you. So let us together make sure that we reach our $100 million goal and enlarge our pool of friends and supporters around the world, and that we build the future of AUC, of Egypt, and of our larger world together. Thank you very much for joining us this evening and for our second century.